There are people who work hard their entire lives and dies poor. Others, in a few years, build fortunes even without inheritance, luck or diploma. Have you wondered why this happens? Perhaps the answer is not an effort, but something more invisible and powerful: what you believe. Yes, your financial beliefs, those ideas you don't even realize, but that control your choice with money. If you have already felt that, no matter how much you try, money escapes your hands. This video is for you. Because it's not just about gaining more, it's about being someone you know how to do, have, and multiply money naturally. And for that, there are 3 mental principles that most ignore. Without them, you can even work crazy but you won't leave the place. With them, even your sleep can become profit. What you will find out here is not chat of cute self-help. It is provocation, it is reprogramming, it is key facing. You will understand why so many people do money and lose everything, why you may not still feel worthy of enriching, and how much more to do with identity and merit than with wild plans or plans. Then do the following: close other tabs, forget the phone for a few minutes and allow yourself to hear what maybe no one has ever had the courage to tell you about wealth. You are about to access a new financial mindset, capable of transforming your relationship with money forever. Imagine lying your head on the pillow and, while sleeping, your investments work for you. Looks like a dream. For this is the pattern of those who understood that the multiplication of money does not depend only on physical effort, but on internal merit. When you cultivate the belief that it is worthy of earning even on rest, money finds ways to grow. It's not lazy, it's emotional and financial intelligence. Now think you are running in the park, enjoying a sunny day, while your heritage grows in funds, stocks or cryptocurrencies. This is no luck, it is a new financial identity. A mindset that has already understood that there is something beyond the direct exchange of time for money. It is the feeling that money is at your service and not the other way around. And, yes, it starts inside, in your belief system. There are people who feel guilty just imagining making money sleeping. He believes deep down that he needs to sweat a lot to deserve. This guilt comes from limiting beliefs inherited, repeated for years, such as easy money is wrong or you have to suffer to win. And in the meantime, those who think differently are multiplying. This is why reprogramming these ideas is urgent. For starters, try changing your internal dialogue. Change the "I have to" great for "I deserve to see my money working for me." Believe me, this change in narrative changes your decisions, your investments, and even your posture in the face of opportunities. You start to look for passive lace, study on active, automate gains. All because it has decided it deserves wealth with lightness. The point here is not to abandon the work, but to change the role of money in your life. When you see yourself as someone who deserves and multiplying resources, it acts with more strategy, less anxiety. And gradually it creates a system where money does not depend on your sweat, but your vision. And that, my friend, is the beginning of true financial freedom. Have you ever realized that there are people who can make money, but never have anything? And others who accumulate but live for fear of losing? It is because enriching not only depends on gaining wealth. There is a mental tripod that supports true wealth: the belief of capacity, the belief of identity, and the belief of merit. Without these 3 pillars, your money will always find a way to escape. The first is the belief of capacity, that inner voice that says, "I am able to make money." It is she who makes you act, create, sell, learn. It is the impulse that transforms lace ideas and doubts into initiative. Without it, the person crashes. It is waiting for the right moment or blaming external factors. If you don't believe you can generate value, there is no course or strategy that works. The second is the identity belief: I am able to have money. It sounds simple, but it is not. A lot of people do money and sabotage everything soon after, impulsively spends, loses in bad decisions, or simply avoids looking at the balance. This is because, deep down, you don't see yourself as someone who keeps wealth. The person wants money, but does not recognize himself as someone who can save him. And the subconscious always wins. The third, and perhaps the most neglected, is the belief of merit: I deserve my money to multiply. Here comes the deep emotional factor: allow yourself to prosper without guilt. Allow money to grow as you rest, travel or take care of yourself. It is accepting that you can win even when you are not directly involved. This requires breaking with that mindset of having to great all the time. These three financial beliefs form the foundation of a mindset of solid wealth. To work only capacity, without taking care of identity or merit, is to build a castle with unstable bases. And the good news? All of this can be learned, adjusted and reprogrammed over time. The first step is to recognize which of these areas you need to evolve. A lot of people fall into the trap of miraculous promises: change your mind in 8 hours, reprogram everything on a weekend. The truth is that reprogramming a belief system is a process, not an event. No decades of conditioning with a beautiful sentence in the mirror. Real transformation requires constancy, intent and, above all, daily behavioral change. Think like it: if you repeated for years that money is dangerous, your subconscious believes in it as an absolute truth. Now imagine trying to nullify this belief with half a dozen isolated statements. It's like trying to dry an ocean with a glass. This is why you need to create a new mental and emotional environment, fertile ground where positive financial beliefs can grow. Start with what you consume. What kind of content feeds your mind? Who are the people you hear? If you want to change your beliefs, you need to dive into sources that stimulate a new mindset of wealth. Books like The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind or Think and Rich are good starting points. But they only work if they are accompanied by practice and repetition. And practice here is not just mental. It is action. It is starting to invest even with little. It is to negotiate your prices better. Is to value your time. These attitudes, when repeated, reinforce the new identity you want to build, that of someone who makes, has and multiplies money. You create a virtuous cycle where new experiences generate new beliefs, not the other way around. Believe me, reprogram your mind is not a luxury, it is an urgency. Especially if you come from environments where money was taboo, scarce, or dirty. You can't expect your subconscious to change alone. He needs leadership. You need a more conscious you in charge. And if you are persistent, it will understand the message. Now it's different. Have you heard someone say money doesn't bring happiness with almost superiority tone? Or what money is dirty, only those who steal get rich, or rich doesn't enter heaven. These seemingly harmless phrases are true mental viruses. They shape our belief system from childhood, and create invisible barriers between us and wealth. The problem with these ideas is that, once installed, they operate on autopilot. You can even say you want to get rich, but if you believe the money corrupts, your behavior will sabotage that desire. You will procrastinate, refuse opportunities, or spend everything as soon as you get into the account. It's the subconscious trying to protect you from something he believes to be bad. Think to me: if money is dirty, why would you keep him close to you? If the rich are bad, why would you become one of them? These limiting beliefs are like internal alarms that trigger every time you start to prosper. And the worst? Often these ideas are not even yours. They were inherited, repeated by parents, teachers, neighbors, soap operas, and became truths. But you can break it. The first step is to identify the phrases you repeat without realizing it. Make a list: what do you believe about making money, having money, and multiplying money? Then I confront these ideas with reality. Do you know good and rich people? Have you ever seen anyone in rich ethics and purpose? This helps reprogram your mindset more rationally. Finally, replace the old narratives with strengthening statements. Exchange money is dirty for money is an impact tool. Replace rich does not enter the sky with prosperous people can do good on scale. Do this with consistency. Because, in the end, you only approach what you value. And while money is an enemy inside your mind, he will never want to be with you. Getting to a new financial level is not the end, it is the beginning of a new stage. Many people think that enriching is a final destination, as if life one day simply said, "Ready, mission accomplished." But who really lives the mindset of wealth understands that this is a continuous journey. There is always more to learn, more to grow, more to adjust internally. With each new step you go up, new challenges arise: bigger taxes, more complex decisions, responsibilities with people, projects and investments. And that's where many get lost. Because they imagine that when you get there, everything would stabilize. But financial evolution requires emotional evolution. You need to update your financial beliefs as your reality changes. It's like a video game: phase passes don't make you invincible, it only releases more difficult challenges. Therefore, staying in motion is essential. Study, review goals, look for new mentors, look inside. Reprogramming is not something you do once, it's a lifestyle. And every time you think you already know enough, you may be moving away from your next leap. If you are growing financially, great. But you feel it parked, the time has come to review its foundations. Does your current identity still realize the wealth you want? Do your beliefs accompany the size of the life you dream? Because often, what is not the world is the old version of ourselves trying to control the future. The truth is that there is no final point on the journey of prosperity. There is movement, adaptation, consciousness. And when you understand this, stop seeking a happy end and begins to build a constant medium full of meaning, expansion and learning. Because true wealth is not only in what you accumulate, but in whom you become along the way. In the end, enriching is not just a matter of applying financial formulas, cutting spending or making good investments. It all helps, of course. But without a solid foundation, without a system of beliefs aligned with prosperity, all the money that comes out ends up leaving. Therefore, the true turn happens inside when you understand that your brain, your emotions and decisions are the terrain where wealth flourishes or dies. The three principles we explore here: capacity, identity and merit, are more than beautiful ideas. They act as internal codes that determine if you will make money, keep money or push it unconsciously. And most powerful of all, these beliefs can be reviewed, strengthened and reprogrammed. But that requires courage. Courage to face the stories you told yourself to this day. Maybe you realize that it has spent years believing that you didn't deserve it. Or that being rich was for the others. Or that needed to work until it X houses to prove value. But now, something has changed. You have begun to see that making money, having money and multiplying money are capabilities that can be learned and cultivated just like any other skill. And this is already a fresh start. This video is more than content, it's an invitation. A call for you to question everything you have learned about money so far. And more than that, to build a new story, with new mental standards, new attitudes and new choices. Because in the end, it is not just about enriching. It is about becoming someone who enriches the world around him. From the inside out. Now tell me, how many of your financial beliefs were inherited and how many were you chosen? Have you been repeating patterns without realizing it? The truth is that everyone has a chance to rewrite their own story with money, but only those who assume this responsibility really changes. And perhaps this video was the first step of your turn. Think about it: what changes if you really believe that you are able to make money, have money and multiply money with conscience and purpose? What would your life be like in a year if you started reprogramming these beliefs today, acting with intention instead of automatic sabotage? Are you ready for this transformation, or will you let one more cycle repeat yourself? If this content made you reflect, then you are no longer the same person who squeezed play. Enjoy this impulse. Take a notebook, write what has caught you here, and write down the new ideas you want to deploy. You don't have to have everything solved now, you just have to start moving more clearly. The journey of wealth is made of small, consistent and conscious steps. And if this video touched something inside, don't keep it just for you. Subscribe to the channel, activates the bell and share with those who also need to wake up. Every week has new content for those who decided to stop surviving and start thriving. Because money may even start in your pocket, but it is really real when the mind is ready to receive it.